Hello Ali Pallies and welcome back to my channel. Now I did promise you that I was going to do another review of the new shades of Daniel Sandler watercolour blushes once I got the shades, and Daniel Sandler sent me the samples, so I am now able to show you all 6 of the new shades. Now, I haven't put on a lot of makeup, as you will see, which was a bit scary because I didn't sleep well last night. So I did put on a bit of concealer and a bit of Unisex Healthy Glow. But the reason being is because what I'm going to do is I'm going to swatch them, but I'm going to cheek swatch them all as well. So I didn't want to be taking off my makeup 6 times, so that you can actually see what they look like on the cheeks. Okay, now, as well as bringing out 6 new shades, I may be repeating some of what I said in the previous video, so do excuse me, but I just want to revisit all of this to tell you. So as well as these new 6 shades, when you go onto the website, it says an icon reinvented, and he says that he has remade the formula so that it basically is more even. It's in application, and I've been trying these now for a couple of weeks, and I would say that that's certainly the case. I think in terms of application on your cheeks, they've always been good and they continue to be good. I think where I noticed a real improvement is when you want to apply them elsewhere. So if you want to apply them to your lips or you want to apply them to your eyelids, I think in the past they were sometimes a little bit too watery for that, and you didn't get a very even application on your lips or on your eyes, or it started to crease. Whereas now it is a lot more stable a product, and it doesn't, and it leaves a beautiful stain on the lips. Really lovely. Now the 6 shades, there's a bit of symmetry to this, which I noticed. So they tend to be, there's really 3 new shades, but the 3 new shades come in matte and shimmer. So first up, he has brought out a light peach, and when we're looking at light peach, I'm competing with Fortnite, sorry guys, but when we're talking about light peach, so there's the one that I got, which is Elegance, and that's a light peach shimmer, and then there is a light peach matte called Caress. Now these are the samples. You can buy these from Daniel Sandler. This is how they come. They cost £2 a bottle, and you get quite a decent amount. I think it's 2 mils. I should have checked, but I'll have a look and I'll put that on voiceover here. Okay, but you get these for £2, so you can try out before you buy. So really handy. The only thing is that remember to keep them in the bag, because the name is not, especially if you get more than one, and you may not care what the name is, but if you want to keep track of the name, they're not on the bottle, so make sure you keep them in the bag. Okay, so the light peach shades are, I'll just repeat, Elegance, which is the shimmer, and then Caress, which is the more matte peach, and then you've got the kind of medium peachy shades, and there you have, say, medium peach to kind of orange, and then you have Grace, which is the shimmer, and you have Crush, which is the matte. And that looks quite scary, but I did put that on my live the other day, and I think you could see, once you get it on your cheeks, it doesn't look scary at all. And I'm also going to be trying this out in the next few weeks to see if it's a good colour corrector, because a matte peach is always good to mix into products to colour correct. Little tip there. And then we have the raspberries. So you've got your matte raspberry and your shimmery raspberry. And so the shimmery raspberry is the one that I've shown you before, called Tease. And the matte raspberry is called Divine. So those are all the shades. So first of all, I'm going to swatch them onto my arm, and then I will swatch them onto my cheek, and I might put some on my eyes as well, and you can see all of it. And then I will kind of finish off with a bit of a summary about these products. Okay, so let's get going with these shades, shall we? So first up, I'm going to go in with the matte light peach, which is called Caress. Okay, so first we're going in with Caress, and you will see I'm just opening this little bottle and I've given it a good shake. It's still very important to give them a good shake, even though they're a lot more stable now. There is pigment mixed with water, so you do get better results if you give them a good shake. And then what I like about these new sample bottles is they've got a very small tip, so you're less likely to spill too much and waste it. So this is described as a delicate matte peach for a natural finish. And there you will see it on my hand, and I am just going to take a photo of that and put it in between here. Okay, you will have just seen a photo. Now it is unblended because I'm going to show you what it looks like blended on my cheek. So let's go with this shade, and I'm going to just dab it on with my fingers. I love applying it with my fingers. And actually this shade reminds me a little bit of First Love. Obviously First Love by Charlotte Tilbury is a powder, but I'm talking about the shade in that it's a lovely soft peach. And I don't know about you, but I think that actually does help to cancel out some of that muddiness under my cheek. What do you think? It does. Look, can you see that cheek, and can you see that muddiness around there? When I sort of draw back, you can kind of see there's always that bit of muddiness there, but when you look at this cheek, it cancels it out. So I'm going to go in this side and I'm going to show you how it cancels it out. So this is a really good shade for hyperpigmentation, and I know a couple of you that watch me have got hyperpigmentation, so see, if I just put that over there, it really cancels it out, because orange is opposite to brown on the colour spectrum. Do you see that? So there is, I have to keep checking the names, I'm so sorry. You know what I'm like with names. So that one is Caress. Okay, and I'm going to take a photo and I'll be back in a second. Now before I move on, I did promise I would show you this. Sorry, my concealer is, I did set it, but it seems to be a bit stubborn today. I promised you that I would show you this on my eyes and also my lips. So I'm just going to dab that on like so. That's very pretty on the eye. Look at that. Very pretty indeed. And I think you can see it's not settling into creases as much as the previous formula. If any of you have tried to use it previously on your eyes, it doesn't tend to be as even on the eyes. So it's definitely, for me, more about the application when you're using it in other areas than when you are using it on your cheeks, because I think the formula has always worked really well on the cheeks, and I don't think you can really improve it for the cheeks. And then I'll put a little bit more on my lips.
Maybe it is. Oh, oh, oh! Please, I have no gun. Yay! Impulses.
Now my lips are quite dry,
Mark away your treasures, because I have a treasure as well.
and really this is more of a stain than anything else, but that's definitely applied more evenly to the lips than the previous formula. I think that's probably a bit light for me on the lips, to be honest, but beautiful on the cheeks. And I'm just going to go over that a little bit more, just so that I can get rid of a bit more of that muddiness, as I've got some on my hand still, waist not, whatnot. A bit more on my eyes.
Mine's right here.
And then you can also set this with a bit of powder on the eyes. It's better to put the powder on after this than underneath it. It doesn't really work very well if you put it underneath, because this is liquid and it's going to move the powder. Okay, so I'm going to take another picture and I'll be right back, and we'll move on to the next one. Okay, so next up I'm going to go in with Elegance, which is the equivalent shade but in a shimmer. And this one I bought a full size of, and I absolutely adore it. So there it is. So that is Elegance. And I'm going to take a photograph and put it right here. Okay. So I just put a little bit of that on my cheek because I had to cut the video. So this is Elegance, and I'm just going to show you a little bit more. It just gives you this beautiful natural glow. Now, if any of you are a little bit cautious about putting on shimmer around this area because of lines, I think you'll be fine with this, because it gives you a lot of moisture. It doesn't show up lines. It's not like putting on a powder highlighter, and it doesn't look really sparkly. It just looks like you have a natural glow. I'm just going to put a little bit on the other side. I'm deliberately being a bit heavy-handed with this so that it shows up on camera, but you won't need to use nearly as much in real life, okay? It's just when you're showing something on camera, you do tend to have to use a little bit more to show it up, especially these lighter shades. So can you see how that looks? It's just stunning. I love this shade. Absolutely love it. Look at that. So it gives you that wet shine, but not too wet that you look greasy. Okay, now I'm going to put some, I'll take a photograph and then I'll put some on my eyes and my lips. Okay.
Next to Shifty one.
Okay, I'm going to put this on my eyelids, but you could actually also use this as a highlighter under your brow bone, and you could use it in the inner corner as well. But I didn't set that concealer this time. So there's no point. I'm going to be taking it off in a minute.
Let's try this again. We got.
You can see it again. It gives a beautiful shimmer, but without it accentuating crepiness on the lids.
I got 4 kills.
So if you're a bit scared of shimmer, ladies, this is going to give you a beautiful shimmer. Now, once that dries down, you can set it with powder if you want to. It might take a little bit of the shimmer away, but not too much. And then you see, I'll just show you how you can use this to highlight your brows. I think this really is one that I would use more for that than I would on my lids. But I'm just going to show you both. Can you see how it beautifully highlights your brow? brow bone.
Sean,
Or you can put some
I'm muted.
in here,
Should we make our own pot?
and it just lightens up and brightens up the eye. Okay.
You wanna?
And then I'm just going to shake a little bit more and show you what it looks like on the lips. Now, I would probably be more inclined, again, to use this to highlight the centre of my lips rather than all over the lips. But again, just so that you can see it. Sort of a beautiful champagne shade. And you can build it up so you can see it like that. Now, I would put that more in the centre of my lips. I'm going to put a little bit extra on each cheek so that you can really see it before we move on to the next one. So that one is Elegance. Again, I probably, as I say, I wouldn't use it all over my lips as well because that's a bit too fair for my complexion. But you can see it shows you the colour beautifully. Now, that is actually creasing on my eyelids, but I think that's because I didn't set my concealer. And sometimes with the lighter shades, it might do that. So that's probably my application because it's not doing that on my lips. Okay, so I'll take a photo and I'll be right back. Okay, I've suddenly had a brainwave, silly old me. But this time, when we're doing the mid-oranges, I'm going to do the matte on this side and I'm going to do the shimmer on that side. And then we'll get through this a lot quicker, won't we? Silly old me. I'm now going to go in and show you the matte mid-orange, which looks a little bit scary, but don't worry. And this is called Crush. And it is beautiful. That is it on my hand. Look at that. It's quite a bright kind of almost tangerine. So I'll take a picture and I'll put it here. Okay, so I'm now going to put some of this on my cheeks. And you will see that it blends in beautifully and gives a lovely glow. So just don't be scared. Just keep blending it in and patting it with your fingers and it will just even out into a beautiful glowy, peachy look. See? Now, if you're on the fairer side, you might want to settle for the matte lighter peach if that looks a bit too scary for you. But you can blend these out a lot, so don't be scared too much. So I'm going to take a photo of that and I'll be right back. Okay, so let's apply a little bit to my eyelids.
Show me the way.
Well, I should say my eyelid.
I was actually carrying you on.
You carried him by 1 kilo or like 2 kilos or something like that.
Yeah, at the start it was like a couple of kills.
Yeah, at the start I was like...
And then I shall apply what's left on my lips. I need a little bit more, I think.
Yes, an ammo box.
So that one is Crush. and I'll take a photo and I'll be right back. Now, before I move on to the next one, I'm going to do a demo and use that as a colour corrector at some point. So watch this space over the next couple of weeks. And if I forget, remind me. But now we're moving on to Grace, which is the equivalent colour, but in a shimmer. So that's what it looks like. And I'm going to just put some on my hand. I love this one. Absolutely love it. Can you see that? And I'm going to take a photo and put it right here. Okay, I zoomed in on that last shot because I really wanted you to see how fine. You can't really see it in the camera, but the fine shimmer. It's not glittery. It's a very subtle shimmer and it's beautiful. So I'm now going to put some on this cheek.
Guys, help the boss. He's only got a heavy sniper.
And again, you could use this as a highlighter depending on your skin tone, of course. But if you're medium to dark, this would definitely work as a highlighter. If you're fair, you might use it as a blush.
Light was blocking my way. Oh, quick stone!
See that? It's beautiful. Just going to put some there where I've got my pigmentation. And again, it's blanking it out very well. So I'll take a picture of that and I'll be right back. Okay, so now we're going to apply Grace to the eyelid. So you can see that.
Where's the hoverboard guy? Oh my gosh. He's ascending you to Kevin the King.
I think also you got to be careful not to put too much on, because I think
to Kevin the King.
I probably put too much on there, to put it on in layers and to then layer over it and let it dry down before layering.
I wish I had some bounce pads. Do I have
That
some bounce pads?
Is Grace on the eyes and then Grace on the lips.
Oh yeah, that was the guy who we were trying to take him out of his misery. I'm coming. Your dude was just for me. Yeah, I know. He's about to die. Nah, he's about to go away. Your dude was
I'm
about
just
to
blending
die.
that up a bit because it looks a bit stark there. Okay, I'll take a photo and I'll be right back.
Your dude, nice.
Okay, so we're now on to the two raspberry shades. And first of all, I'm going to go in with the matte one again. And this one is called Divine. This is beautiful and it's a lovely stain on the lips. Really lovely. Both of the raspberry shades are. So that is Divine. Okay, and then I'm going to just show you a picture. Okay, so I'm going to put some Divine on my cheek.
Shazan, ready up.
And you will see this is absolutely gorgeous.
This is the Jacodo dance now.
No, it isn't.
Okay, fine.
Just put a little bit more.
Jacodo dance.
No, it isn't.
Isn't that pretty? Okay, so now I'm going to just dot some onto my eyelid, so you can see what that looks like. Now I think that's mixed with my concealer a bit and changed colour to a more pink. But it looks pretty nevertheless. I like pink on my lids.
I'm getting the bad luck.
And then I'm going to put the rest on my lips.
And then I was like at the very, very top of the sky in my plane. And then
I'm just going to come right back because I've left a bit of that orange on, and this is not going to show up the colour very well if I leave it on. So I'll be right back. Okay, that's better. And now I'm going to put it on my lips.
you can still carry 9 impulses. Wait, can you carry 10?
It's sad that you can only now carry 6 minis. You bitch.
I'm coming.
So that one is divine. And I'll take a picture and I'll be right back. Okay, and last but certainly not least, we have Tease, which I have just put on my hand, and I will take a photo right here. Okay, again, I zoomed in on that picture so that you could see what the really fine shimmer. Now I'm just going to pat it onto my skin.
I can get the guy on top of the mountain, please. I am being sprayed. What are you telling me? Bro,
And again, look at that glorious glow that it gives on the skin. So you could actually use that one as a blush and then put this one over the top.
Bro, the guy on the mountain.
You can double them up.
The guy on the
Look at that.
mountain's too short.
It is beautiful.
How did I get killed?
So I'll take a photo of that and I'll be right back.
Say like
Okay, so I'm now going to put some on my eyelid.
like 200 or something meters.
I'm putting it on in a thinner layer this time and letting it dry down a bit before going over the top. And I'll do my lips
Close
next.
encounters. Let's go. I knew it was going to be another game mode that we love.
You said it was solid gold. You got it all. You don't like mother. Get your face right, mother.
I love this one on the lips. It's gorgeous. And it's really nice layered over a lipstick as well. You see how that just gives a beautiful sheen to the eyes, to the lips and to the cheeks. I love it. So I'll just take a photo and I'll be right back. Okay, so there you are. But before I finish off, a couple of things. I'm not going to have done this justice by just putting it on my virtually bare cheeks this morning and then putting a bit on my eyes and a bit on my lips. To show off the real beauty, I'd like to make myself up. So I'm going to do that in a second and then finish off giving you a conclusion with me made up. But before I do that, somebody asked the other day, I wonder what would happen if you mixed one of Daniel Sandler's watercolour blushes with the Beauty Light wand or even her flawless filter, Charlotte's flawless filter. And as you know, she's bringing out some blushes like this shortly. So I thought, let's give this a try. I haven't tried this before now, but I'm sure that this will work quite well. Now, I'm just going to put some of this onto my hands. So I'm just going to dab a load of that onto my hands, like so. And then I'm going to I'll take the raspberry one. I'll take this raspberry Tease, and I'm going to just drop a tiny little drop in the middle and mix them together. And I will show you what it comes out as. So there you go. I've put the drop of Daniel's in the middle, and I'm going to mix them now together. And it does make a beautiful blush. Now I'm not going to put that on my face because I'm about to go and put my... Oh, I'll put some on. Let me do it because I'm going to have to take some of this off anyway. But you can see it makes a beautiful, beautiful glowy blush. And of course, if you want to make it more pigmented, just add a bit more Daniel's watercolour blush to it and mix it in. You can have real fun and make your own kind of watercolour blush beauty glows. Works very, very well and gives you a lovely, lovely glow. Look at that. So the answer is definitely have fun, ladies. Mix. Pigment is pigment. Look at that. Daniel's and Charlotte's mixed together. And you can do a peach one, you can do a raspberry one, you can do whatever shade you've got in watercolour blush and mix it with the Beauty Light wand. Okay, so I'm going to go and put the rest of my makeup on after I've made us some lunch, and I'll be back in a little while with my full face on, and I will do the conclusion of this video. All right, see you in a minute. Before I carry on with my makeup, I'm going to do something else. And I know that you're also asking about Flawless Filter and mixing it. I'm going to mix some of this matte light peach in with my Flawless Filter before application, because as you can see today, I've got quite a bit of pigmentation popping through, and I'm hoping that that's going to work as a colour corrector. So I will show you immediately after application. Okay, so you can see the mixture on half of my face. I've mixed the Flawless Filter with Caress, and I'm gonna just to show you, let's see, I'm just gonna put Flawless Filter on its own on the other side of my face to see if it does actually colour correct, and I suspect it does. Yeah, it's definitely colour corrected me more. The mixture of the peach watercolour blush in with the Flawless Filter than when I've put the Flawless Filter on its own. I'm just gonna... And I applied both sides with my hands. Can you see that? So you can mix it with your Flawless Filter, ladies, either as a blush or as a colour corrector. Right, I'm definitely going now, and I'll be back in a little while to finish off this video. See you in a minute. Okay, I'm back. So I've used 2 of the mid oranges and I've forgotten the names of them, but I'm going to put them here on voiceover. And I mixed some of Charlotte's Beauty Light Wand with the lighter one to make it into a highlighter. And that is it on my cheeks. And now I'm going to finish off with my favourite red lipstick of all time. And it's not a Charlotte Tilbury one. It's Daniel's. And it's his Micro Red. I probably should line my lips, but I'm just about to eat some lunch. So I'm just going to do it this way because it will probably come off after a nice cheesy jacket potato. So I'll do the liner later. But anyway, let's finish off. So that's it. Now, I hope today that I've shown you the beauty of these shades. I don't use them often on my eyes, I have to admit, but I do like to play with these shades and I think they're very versatile. And I'm just going to get out one of them again because I'll show you what I mean. So, whilst I don't always use them on their own as an eyeshadow, I might top them as an eyeshadow, and I did put a bit over the top. But also I'm going to show you that I'm going to take the shimmery mid-orange, which is Caress. Is it Caress? Yes. No, Caress? No, it's not. It is Grace. And just to finish off, show you how well they layer over lipsticks as well. So I'm just going to take a little dot and put that onto my hand, and then to give me a bit of an ombre, pop some in the middle of that lipstick. What can I say? World renowned, so versatile, makes your cheeks look lovely, does not accentuate fine lines. They're just great. Let me know what your favourite shade is, and I'll see you all very soon. And I'll try my best to do a live on Saturday. I'll let you all know if I can't, but I will try. All right, take care. Have a great day. Bye-bye.